Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Ties That Bind DFW podcast. I'm your host, Amber Monroe, and my goal is to foster unity within the community by sharing stories that inspire hope, passion, and resilience. And I also like to spotlight local businesses as well. In a world that seems so obsessed with the divisiveness of social media and not everything you see is authentic, I'm here to bring the real. The views and opinions of my guests don't necessarily reflect mine or those of the Ties That Bind DFW podcast. All right, let's get into it, guys. I am so happy today to introduce to you someone that I connected with on social media not long ago. He is doing some amazing things in the world of special needs in the community. I have here Aaron Mangum with Hank's Friends, and he has a great community for special needs individuals to kind of go around town and enjoy themselves. I'm going to let him tell more about that, though, because he can explain it best. Welcome. And I would love for you to kind of introduce yourself, tell us where you're from, and a little bit about what you do, Aaron.
All right. Well, first, thank you for having me. My name's Aaron Mangum. Hank is actually my son, which I get a lot of people call me Hank all the time, and I let it go. I figure I've been called worse. So what we are is a very interactive daily living resource for special needs families. So we want our families to be able to find all the things that they need to live within your home. And for everyone, that's different. If you're dealing with autism, Down syndrome, cerebral palsy, dyslexia, anything you have, all of our homes function just a little bit differently. So having quick, easy, convenient access to things really makes a difference. Being a parent myself, as well as my co-founder, Joanna Santos, we understand that mom and dad, brother, sister, you're in. And so where can we find those accommodations? Where can we quickly and easily find what we're looking for, and how to navigate those little hurdles and obstacles that come up through the day, because the special needs world is not 9 to 5. The doctors, dentists, therapists, that is important. But after that, we still need restaurants that understand to accommodate us, toys, clothes, shoes, adaptive technology. We still need all of those little things that typical homes need. We just need it to look a little different. So I've been very fortunate to be able to seek out wonderful people that are doing amazing things, and then just kind of put them under one roof so everybody can take advantage of the hub and have access to what they need.
That's excellent. Yeah, and that's great that you said that, because I wasn't aware. I do see that you guys do meetups around the Metroplex. So it's meetups, but then also more home-based, care-based, like kind of like a yellow pages for special needs services. Is that a proper way to describe it?
I think that's a wonderful way to describe it, although you're probably not going to hit anybody under 25 with that reference. Because they would know the yellow pages.
Oh man, wow.
I know,
what?
I know
25.
exactly what you mean. No, I know
Google,
that you are an educated 25-year-old. But
there we go.
I agree. Yellow Pages is a great example. But yeah, I tend to say we're almost like a Google for special needs. So within our site, we actually have it available for our business partners to own their own page. So they can post pictures, videos, blogs, and events so that it's very interactive. That way they can promote all the things they're doing. And then we can in turn promote that with them as well. Because as I said, every family operates differently. So we want you to know what's going on near you, what's around you. What do you need that you might not even realize is available? I think that in itself is a big hurdle to our families, is we understand what we need when we need it, but we don't always know what's available prior to that. So it's easy to search for what you have to have when you have to have it. And then you do what I've always called is Google and hope. So we want to eliminate that by giving you a hub to at least give you some direction on where your search can go and find somebody near you doing it.
Wow. Yeah, no, that's great. And I love that because, people that, have been watching my podcast for a little while will know that's something that's very important to me. As a special needs mom, that's one of my goals is to help create a world, for my son when he gets older, to where those things aren't so hard to find. And I love, you had posted the other day asking about, businesses that are special needs friendly. And I love that that's kind of bringing more of that awareness to where, as our kids grow up, it's not this crazy, scary world. It's a world that's ready to accommodate them. And that's a big goal of mine.
Right.
So kind of walk me through. So a person or a business, and they want to be featured on your website. Do they just apply or to speak with you? How does that work?
Well, we have two different types of memberships. One is the individual, the friends and family membership, and the other is the business membership. As far as the individual membership, that is simply an email and a password, and it is no cost, and you just sign up and you're ready to go. Now, prior to being a member, if you go to the Hank's Friends website, what you'll see is all of the resources that are there. However, because a lot of our partners do offer benefit codes and things like that, you won't be able to enter the pages without the free membership. But once you sign up for free, then you can get all those coupon codes and benefit codes that go along with the membership. As far as businesses, we have different tier levels of service for the businesses, and we've tried to do everything we can to make them as absolutely affordable as possible, because I do want you to be able to get a return by having access to our families. Also, I don't have it in me to try to gouge anybody. I am probably a terrible businessman. But I want everyone to be able to benefit from the work we're doing. People don't realize there's nearly 800,000 people in DFW touched by special needs. That's a heck of a demographic. And so if we can help bridge that gap between the typical and the atypical spaces, we've got a lot of ability to help things, along for a lot of people. Just giving them access to a restaurant nearby or movie theaters, things that they didn't know were there and were willing to accommodate.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, that's great. It's good that you do offer that for free. Of course, business, I understand, some people may charge for that, but I think that's wonderful that you offer that for free for the families. And that's a great opportunity for businesses. I don't think I've heard of anything like this before that I can think of. And that's really huge because they, I homeschool, and it's interesting as more businesses are realizing when you cater to homeschoolers, you're going to get a big piece of that pie because, it's a need, and for the special needs community, we're looking. I'm going to tell you, we're looking. What would you say is at the moment, like age wise, what are your demographics for like your meetups that you're doing? Is it mainly kids? Is it grown-ups? Because that's what I usually see the most of on social media.
Right. We do try to do at least one monthly event for our families. And in the future, I would love to do 40 next year if we could, it just means that I need somebody that can make the phone calls and put it together, but we've got the opportunity. But at our meetups, they're open to everyone. I mean, if you're 3 to 103, we don't care about that. Just come out and enjoy things. But it's also for the families, because while our special individuals can, play or take part in the activity, mom and dad get to chat with other moms and dads and as I say, it doesn't matter what level of autism we're talking about, or if it's Down syndrome or anything else. It's the same road. we may be in a different lane, but it's the same road. And so you can still talk and connect with those other parents and realize a lot of the hurdles that you may have, especially if you're talking sensory sensitivity or like I say, the reason for this is because self-isolation is a major problem within our special needs community. Is it's very easy to say, here's your iPad, go to your room. And then you have a 30-year-old that can't navigate a grocery store because they've never been exposed. And we don't want that. We want kids to get out and whatever level, to have fun, to engage. And if they want, if we have 60 kids that are all at the same playground just ignoring each other, then that's just still a wonderful day, because dads still get to be around, to do things, and you're getting them out to try stuff, and they'll be more confident the next time.
Indeed. Yeah, that is a huge issue. I hate to see, people saying, oh, I would take, my son out, we would go more places, but he might act out. And so for that reason, they stay isolated. And I think that's great that, you're helping to work towards ending that and helping kind of bridge that gap. I think that's amazing.
And I love using our partners for these things as well, but trying things that no one else is trying. There are a lot of good organizations out there doing great things, and we want them to keep doing what they're doing, and we want to work with them. But I like doing, this year we've been able to go rock climbing and ice skating, and we went zip lining, and we're going again zip lining in October. But when we did zip lining the first time, I know I had at least a dozen parents come up to me and say, we never would have tried this on our own. But because the company that partners with us, Go Ape is the company that partners with us, they gave us the opportunity to come out at no cost to our parents. We're able to try something you wouldn't typically try. And as a result, you now have an open door, because now your kid likes it. Now you can go back. And that's where I want to try these things, because Hank is nonverbal, but there's a person in there. And every one of these individuals, there's a person in there, and they have thoughts, they have ideas, they have opinions. Believe me, they have opinions. But they still want to climb the tree and jump on the trampoline and have the wind in their face. So I'm just of a belief that I would rather see these kids go home with grass stains on their jeans and skint up elbows and big smiles than anything else. Let's give them the opportunity to be who they can be. Let's not limit them as the parents.
Wow. Yeah, that's powerful. Because the world can be limiting, but we don't have to let that be the case, for our loved ones. And that's wonderful. If you don't mind me asking, how old is your son?
Hank will be 13 in just a couple of months. So we're ramping up on there.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
He's getting bigger. He's growing. I've laughed. When he was little, he used to kind of sit on the couch and he'd always put his feet in my lap. And now he does that, and I look down and I think, that's like a man foot. Get this off of me.
Yeah.
When you were 5, it was cute, but now, man, get this thing away.
Yeah. No, I can identify. I've got 2 teens and 1 younger one. But yeah, it's like that. It almost seems like overnight. Having teens is crazy work. I was gonna ask you, what kind of did it look like for you when you first decided to form this organization? What was the turning point when you thought, today's the day that I need to make this happen, or that I need to start this process?
Okay. Wow. I don't know if there was a specific day, but it was definitely when Hank was born. I'm not originally from Texas. And so
Okay.
we found ourselves on an island very quickly. And we didn't know what to do, how to do anything. We knew that he was missing a lot of milestones. We were looking up as much information as we possibly could, and just not finding anything. And then on top of that, we didn't even understand what we were looking up. And as a result, I often ask people, where do you take your child for a haircut if they have sensory issues? And most people go, I've never thought of that. And I say, well, if you've never had to, that's a difference. And so suddenly we were thinking of things we never had to think about. So fast forward, years later, Hank is getting a little bigger and doing some things. And that's when I met Joanna, and she asked me, she goes, well, are you signed up for this? Are you on this list? Have you applied here? Are you doing that? And I said, I have no idea what in the world you're talking about. And so she began to help me with that. And so as that kind of grew, I was like, we need to put all this together. And then I was very fortunate through my relationship with Joanna that as we kind of formulated the idea for what we wanted to do, we reached a point just a couple of years ago where I looked at her and I said, if we don't do this, if at least one of us doesn't go full time, this will never go anywhere. We've got to go. And we've been very fortunate to get where we have. And I give all the glory to the Lord on that one, because I also realize this doesn't belong to me. As much as we can say, the model is here or this is what we're doing, the truth is, I look at this as if it's almost a ministry. This is a ministry for us to help all those families that need it, and it doesn't belong to me. It's going to go where it's supposed to go, and it's going to involve who it's supposed to involve. I have been very surprised at some of the open doors and some of the closed ones, and it's been just this last couple of years, almost 2.5 years now, that we've decided to go full time and make this a thing. At what we've been able to do and how we're starting to really see a lot of families getting involved. And it's very nice, because from the family aspect, you don't have to be concerned about things. Bring your kids out, because there's going to be 60 other kids melting down too. There's going to be, everybody's going to be stemming verbally or physically or whatever, but have that opportunity to make friends and to be amongst people that aren't looking. They don't care. We all got our own thing. And so, I give Joanna so much credit for being the backbone of that. But also, like I say, this has been a ministry that's going to go the way it's supposed to go. And truthfully, it's moving faster than I can move. So I've got to find a way to pick up the pace and get better myself.
Wow. That is great. It is kind of like a ministry when you become passionate about something and you see it helping others. That is wonderful. I love to hear it, and I hope to be able to help in any way I can. Now that I know kind of more of what y'all are doing, that's great. I can take that information and run with it and help you guys out, hopefully, in whatever small way that I can. Well, I want to thank you so much for coming on. And I would also like to quickly ask any events that are coming up, excuse me, that you want to plug. Also, you can tell everybody where to find you guys online. And I'm going to link those on all the social media platforms of this interview, but you can go ahead and kind of tell people how to contact you guys.
Well, thank you. hanksfriends.org is the website. And then we, of course, have Facebook, Instagram. We have TikTok. We're working on some of these things. And it's all, some degree of Hank's Friends is in there. We're learning. Joanna has done a wonderful job with the Facebook, the Instagram. She's kind of left TikTok to me, so it does run a little behind because I tend to focus more on. Joanna helps me with my bilingual stuff. I tend to focus on what she calls the estupideces. So just kind of taking the opportunity to laugh at the seriousness of what we can all be dealing with. And then so on Saturday the 23rd, which is just about a week from now, we have an event at the Crayola Experience in Plano.
Oh, wow.
And we're going to have probably 15 or so of our partners out there as well. So every time we do a family event, our partners are encouraged to come out and put up tables. So it gives you the opportunity to meet the haircuts and the ABA center, or, you know, the sensory boxes and things like that people are doing. So we have those opportunities. Following that, we do also have monthly events at our sensory house, which is in Plano, where we have a home that we're turning into a spot for our special individuals to take advantage of daily living skills, or even if they need to do therapy, speech, OT, things like that. We've had a company called Sensory Health that outfitted us with lights and sound machines and things. And so we're having a monthly, and I say barbecue, but it's in air quotes because we typically have one of our other partners cater. And it's a chance. We have about 8 or 10 families where we have a respite company that comes, watches the kids, turn them loose, and parents can hang out and you know, just have a good time. So we do that every month, but I can't post that as publicly because I obviously don't have room for 70 families to show up. So anyone that is interested can certainly send an email request, and that goes into our newsletter too, where you just let us know you want to come out to one, and it's fine. We'd love to have you. But then from there, we follow up with our events. The rest of the year, we're going zip lining again in October to the Go Ape in Arlington, but this time we're going at night.
Okay.
So we're calling it Nights at Height, and it's going to be from 6 to 9 p.m. They'll have the floodlights on, but I think it's going to be a blast to get everybody out there zip lining that way. And that's, parents are encouraged, come out, you know, mom and dad, get on the zip line with your kids. This is a family thing. We're not excluding anybody. And then in November, I believe we're going to go to Epic Waters for our not so polar bear plunge, because we'll be warm inside.
Yes.
And then also in the first weekend of October, I'm trying to do this off memory. First weekend of October is Celebrity Softball Classic. And we can come up with probably a couple of hundred tickets for families and all that want to go. And that's a fun day that supports veterans and special needs charities. So in the process of that, you're going to meet somebody famous. You can get an autograph, things like that, but just have a good day at the ballpark. That's going to be held, I think, at the Rough Riders Stadium for that. But again, I'll put a thing in our newsletter where people can sign up and get tickets for free to that as well.
That's great. Wow. Yeah, that's a full calendar coming up. That is wonderful.
It is.
That is really great. Okay. Well, yeah, like I said, I'll make sure everyone can get those links when they listen in. And do you have any final words you want to say before you go? Or
no, I need to come up with a tagline. I have been asked this before, and I don't have anything snazzy to say at the end. But I'm going to have to work. I'm taking suggestions. If anybody has one, I'm ready to hear it. But no, we just love to see people come out. We're starting to see a lot of the same families that we're getting to know them, getting to be friends, and that's the beautiful part is you get to see a lot of those same people and recognize not just them but their children and have a good time. And I love it. I love seeing new people come out every time. And so yeah, come join us and just have fun. Just be families and enjoy yourselves.
All right. That's catchy to me. So all right. Well, thanks so much for coming to talk to me and my listeners. Listeners, thanks for tuning in to another great episode of the Ties That Bind DFW podcast. We will see you next time. Be blessed. Bye.
All right. Thank you.